Hello and welcome to today's lesson. To get the most out of today's lesson, you're going to want to make sure that you feel comfortable with your basic jazz frame, meaning our spang-a-lang on the ride cymbal, 2 and 4 on the hi-hat, 4 on the floor on the bass drum. So altogether, our basic frame sounds like this. Now, you really want to have that comfortable because moving forward, if that feel isn't right, then the other things that we're going to lay on top of that in terms of our snare drum or moving rhythms around the other drums isn't going to feel quite right. So make sure that you have your jazz frame going and always work on improving that feel. Remember, we've got a triplet pulse happening under this. So we have like triplet, 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 Today's lesson is about the Art Blakey shuffle. Now, hopefully at this point you've heard some Art Blakey, you've heard him play. He had an incredible sound. He's one of those drummers that if you hear him play, you know immediately who you're listening to because his sound was just so striking. And one of the rhythms that he used a lot to create this cushion under the rest of the musicians of the band was this pattern here, where we play the downbeats and the upbeats of all the triplets. So triplet, 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 triplet. So that's what we're going to put together today. And it sounds like this. So I'm going to break this down. Once we get beat 1 and beat 2 down, then you already have beats 3 and 4 because they just repeat. So beat 1, and we're going to work on just the ride cymbal and the snare drum. We're playing the downbeat on the ride and the downbeat and the upbeat on the snare. So we have triple. Again, beat 1 is just triple. Beat 2, we have unison of the snare and the ride cymbal. So we have together with the bass and the hi-hat, sounds like this. Put a little bit of accent pattern on the snare drum on the 2 and the 4, just like we do on our ride cymbal. It gives everything a little push. Now, once you get comfortable with this, then if we dissect it, we can play it in a lot of different combinations. So we can play just the first beat as this shuffle. One once you understand this full pattern, this 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 up, then by taking elements away or adding things in, you can come up with a lot of different variations just from this one measure of music. And my hope is that as you go through this video series and you hear me say this over and over again, you'll start to look at these individual cells of rhythm in terms of their whole component. In this case, the 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 up. But then you go a little bit deeper than that, so you don't just get this one measure of rhythm to work with, but you start to look in terms of how many different ways you can dissect and then recombine all the elements that are available to come up with a lot of different variations from each rhythm. That way, you learn exponentially as opposed to one measure of rhythm at a time. Hope you've enjoyed this. Go back and take a listen to some Art Blakey. You may want to check out, like, Moanin' is a good one that uses this. There's a lot of examples of Art Blakey using this pattern to push his band. Have fun with it. And once you get this one pattern, how many different ways can you break it up in sets of those two notes, like the downbeat and the upbeat? You also have just the downbeats, just the upbeats, and all the variations in between. Hope you enjoyed this. As always, stay upbeat. Keep working at this stuff. Have fun with it. It's really important that we have fun as we're playing drums. A lot of stuff in life can be stressful, but let's make this an enjoyable part of our day. I will see you in the next lesson. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, if you like this video, please subscribe. Please share this with friends so that they can subscribe, so that when I send out notices for live classes and new video content, you be sure to be in the mix. See y'all next time.